there was a husband that was in big trouble because he forgot his wife's birthday. I know. But she was willing to let it pass if he made it up to her in the right way. So his wife told him, tomorrow, there better be something in the driveway for me that goes from 0 to 200 in 2 seconds flat. The next morning, the wife found a small package in the driveway. She opened it and found a brand new bathroom scale. Funeral arrangements for the husband had been set for Saturday. I'm not so sure what a conscious choice that was. Good morning. I'm just feeling like I think we need to shake this morning. Okay, so could you stand? Let's just stand and just shake it off this morning. If you're able or if you feel like it, yeah. Okay, all right. And turn to somebody and say, you look marvelous.
You look marvelous. I say that all the time.
All right.
You look marvelous.
Okay, now I get to rein you in. All right, let's sit down. Everybody take a seat. Okay, so, point in case. Look, do you feel a shift in the energy in the room? See? This is what we're talking about today. We're talking about the law of cause and effect. But before we go there, I'd like to do a little review because, you know, for those of you that are here with us for the first time, we are in our fall book study, and we are exploring Deepak Chopra's spiritual classic, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Okay, so we're on law number 3. Law number 1 was pure potentiality, right? All right, so the whole point being that we are pure potentiality, and pure potentiality is available to us in any moment. And so Deepak Chopra recommends to us how we access that in our awareness. Remember, we don't have to access it or connect with it because it's what we are. All right? So how we do that is by spending time in silent meditation, spending time in nature, and practicing non-judgment. How are you doing? Okay, how's that non-judgment going? Nah, I think you were judging yourself for a moment there. All right, and so the second law has to do with giving and receiving. And we talked about the dynamic exchange, that the universe is this dynamic exchange between our body, our mind, and the universe. And as we give, as we release constriction and we give, whether it's love that we want, appreciation, money, as we give, we receive. That's the dynamic exchange. That's how it works. How you doing? How are you doing with your giving and receiving? Because I love how all of these laws build on each other. So now today we're talking about the law of cause and effect. And I want to share with you what he says. Deepak Chopra says, every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. In other words, reaping what we sow. Our choices greatly impact our life experience. What we give out comes back to us. See how it builds? So again, if you want more love in your life, give love. Because folks, guess what? You are the wellspring of love. Because you are infinite, pure potentiality. If you want more appreciation, give appreciation. And yes, if you would like more money in your life, give money. Yes, because what that creates is an effect in your awareness of life's infinite abundance. You see? We are infinite choice makers. And so in each moment, we can make a choice. We can make a choice in each moment how we are giving and how we are receiving. We can make a choice in each moment whether we're judging or not judging. And what Deepak wants us to understand, and we've talked about this before, is how we can be unconscious choice makers. We can be reactors instead of responders, right? I call that our knee-jerk reaction or our default position. Actually, he calls it a conditioned reflex. You know what I'm talking about, right? What's your immediate response? And I know I always use traffic because traffic is obviously a growing edge for me. So, you're on the Beltway, you're tooling along. Or let me share an experience that happened with me this week when my friend Lou came to town, and we were on the George Washington Parkway, and we had been sitting in traffic for about probably 45 minutes to get on our exit ramp. And we're just edging, and we're just edging, and we're just edging, and this car comes up. Because I think I turned to her, I was talking to her, and there was space. And they went, I'm not going to tell you what I said. But what I got to see, every single time I stand up here on Sunday morning, I get to live this, all right? So I got to see, and of course have my friend reflect back to me, well, Sheryl, you weren't very happy about that, were you? I went to knee-jerk. I went to default. And what Deepak wants us to understand in this chapter is that, folks, even in those places that are our growing knee-jerk areas, is that we can learn to take a breath and make another choice. And the beautiful thing about this idea or this knowing that there's pure potentiality, we are pure potentiality, the choices we can make and access are endless, unlimited. There are a myriad of ways I could have responded to that car coming in front of me. They really were. I could have gone, bless you. Yeah, I'm working on that. All right, so just a moment of reflection, just to take a moment and just reflect, where are you in your life on autopilot? Ron, I'm not talking about the cockpit, okay. Where are you on autopilot? Where are you on knee-jerk conditioned reflex in your life? And a great place to look is where you just get triggered, in that moment. And to be aware, awareness, he talks about awareness is the foundation, and we've talked about this too. Awareness is the foundation of all change. But awareness comes from setting an intention. So what if in this next coming week you set an intention just to be aware of your conditioned reflexes? Just to be aware and to forgive yourself if you respond in ways that are really not in alignment with who you want to be in the world. I got to forgive myself the other day. So that's one piece. Then he talks about karma. I don't know how you feel about karma, because in the Hindu tradition, they talk about karma as something that we are living our life right now as a result of all the sins of our past lifetimes. Ouch. There doesn't seem to be a lot of freedom in that. Kind of locks us in this lifetime. But what I'd like to focus on today regarding karma is just looking at this lifetime and inviting us to reflect on, where do you think you're living out of the sins, missing the mark that you've made in this lifetime? Because, wow, that can feel like a heavy burden. And one of the things that really came to me as I was reflecting on this, and because this is also, remember, this is the 7 laws of success. And the first week we talked about, what is success to you? So where do you think in your life your success might be being blocked by some decisions or acts or things that you might have done in the past? One place that I think is one of the heaviest burdens we carry is indebtedness. Indebtedness. Who do we owe? Who do you feel like you owe? Is it a bank? Is it a person for what they've done for you? When I think about indebtedness, I think about a sack of bricks that we carry. It feels heavy, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there can be healthy debt, like if you have a mortgage on a home, or I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the places in our lives where we feel indebted and it doesn't feel clean. It feels like something that we need to forgive in ourselves or in others. And folks, this is our opportunity. I'm going to invite you this week to do a little reflection on where do you feel indebted in your life? Where are you carrying a heavy burden? Because I promise you, as you start to do that reflection, Deepak says you will start to feel lighter because he gives us a process by which to make a new conscious choice. He asks that we ask 2 questions. What are the consequences of the decision I'm about to make? And does it bring joy to other people? And when we land on that decision, we look in our physical body to see if there's comfort or discomfort. If you feel discomfort in your physical body around a decision you are about to make, revisit that decision. And what we also know is that sometimes when we make decisions, it doesn't always please other people. But Deepak's point, I believe, in this study is that what if we could see beyond ourselves to ask, could this decision help to create a world that works for all? So let's bring it back to indebtedness. So, the places that you feel indebted in your life, this is an opportunity for you to practice what Deepak recommends. He recommends putting our hand over our heart and asking, so I would like to release this indebtedness. What is mine to do? What are the consequences of me letting this go? And how could this decision create a world that works for all? Yeah. And notice if you have comfort or discomfort in your physical body. Yeah. I know, it feels a little heavy, doesn't it? But the opportunity that we have is to let go. And as we let go and we do our inner forgiveness and we clean up whatever we need to clean up in an integrity, we start to stand taller and more open and available to the pure potentiality that's available to us. All right. So, this week, I'm just going to invite you to take this on and remember what Jesus taught. You know, Jesus taught the golden rule. In everything, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That is the law of cause and effect. What would be available to us, folks, if we practice that very simple truth? As we practice doing unto others as we would have them do unto you. So, is there anyone that you are holding indebted? You see? Doing that work, indebted or entitled. Does anyone in your life, do you feel anyone in your life owes you? Does the government owe us? I know. Yeah, see, these are all the things that Deepak is trying to share with us that block our awareness of this pure potentiality. That's heavy, icky energy that blocks our awareness of infinite flow, folks, and blocks us from experiencing infinite prosperity that we so deserve. So, all right. Okay, I think we need to stand up again. Stand up again, please. And shake it off. Shake it off. Yeah. See, this is some heavy stuff, but it's stuff we need to talk about, right? Because guess what? You are worthy and deserving to be as prosperous and as successful as you want to be. Whatever your vision of success is, you deserve to have that. And so what we get to do, folks, in that process is we get to look at the effect that we create by who we're being. You can be seated. It's like, is she going to keep preaching and we're just going to be standing up? Yeah. So the beautiful thing is that as your joy, you create more joy. As your love, you create more love. As you release indebtedness in your life, folks, and you clean it up and you do whatever you need to do, you forgive who you need to forgive and you let it go, there's so much freedom, so much flow. As you release any feelings of entitlement, icky. Just because we give our money somewhere doesn't mean that someone owes us. Just because we serve somewhere doesn't mean that organization or that person owes us. We give in love because we love to give. That's prosperity. Folks, and that will bring the infinite experience of pure potentiality into your life. We just have to make way. All right, and we're making way. So this week, let's take this on, okay? Are you with me? Yeah. Okay, great. All right. So this week, I just invite you to reflect on making conscious choices. Look in your life where you're on knee-jerk default. Just become aware and see if you can make another choice. And explore in your life. Look at the effect that you create in the world. Folks, you create an effect wherever you go. Do you like what you see? Do you generate? Are you being that person of increase that we talked about last week? Where when somebody stands in your energy, they're standing taller, they're more joyful, they're more love expressed because of you. That's the impact we can make in the world. So let's take this on this week, all right? Okay, great. Let's affirm together. I make conscious choices from awareness and wisdom and reap joy, love, and prosperity. And so it is.